Chat, I haven't done one of these in a while. It's been a couple, potentially months. My bad. So here's the way it's gonna go. Okay, there's probably gonna be certain ones that I might skip or to go really quick through, just because they might be a little bit outdated at this point. I think most of them are still gonna be fine. But just to give you some guidelines, you're like, why'd you skip that one? That's not because I didn't like it. It's just because like it might be outdated at this point. As always though, the whole way we do these is basically you have to submit them to me. So if you see cool shit, cool TikToks, shorts, whatever, join my Discord, submit them there. There's a channel for it. Mods go through it, make sure it's like no DMCA music, aka I don't want to lose my channel, you know, safe to watch, whatever it is. So it's completely sent in by you guys though. So like if you like these and you want more of them, keep sending stuff, because you guys have been sending a bunch. Let's go. Okay, let's roll.
Mauga's hero design is problematic, and we can't continue to release tanks like this. I wanted to make a video talking about this because I feel it is important to try and get this across to the developers, and I want to make it clear. So,
it's very, very funny how fast now Mauga's died off, but he's actually low-key kind of slept on. I just think he's going to be another Orisa. You know what I mean? Like Orisa, like, very good, but people don't like to play him, so they won't play him very often until like they realize that he's good, and then you'll start seeing him more often in a lot of your games, and you're gonna be like, oh my god, I hate seeing this shit. It's coming. I'm sorry.
Clear why Mauga's design doesn't work. The introduction of 5v5 at the start of Overwatch 2 fixed some issues, but also created a gaping flaw in the design of plenty of tanks. Some tanks were really good at specific things and weak to other things. For example, D.Va can be really good in a dive composition, but against a sim brawl composition, she might get absolutely run down. The reason this is an issue is because there isn't another tank to balance things out anymore. Reinhardt D.Va used to be super good for brawl compositions, and Reinhardt would deal with the front line situation while D.Va would control high grounds and mark flankers.
That's not how that worked though.
Now, since you can only have one or the other, you absolutely have to pick the right one for the job. And
oh yeah, that's why we play the counter swap game. We all know this is a big problem, which is why I've even said I'm open to 6v6 again, and then hey you stop. I see you waiting to clip it and be like, oh look, at flat says 6v6. No, I said I'm open to it. I'm open to it. That doesn't mean bring back 6v6. It means I'm open to it. It means I'm open to it. The only reason being is, well, there's some problems that are unsolvable in 5v5, but there's also problems in 6v6 that are unsolvable. Don't know if it's the right answer or not. I don't think it is, but I don't think it isn't either. I'm like very much in the middle.
Instead of having more,
but this is always going to be a problem.
Where you
there isn't a fix for it.
Now, I actually think a hero like Ramatra is a step in the right direction. He can be played in a lot of different circumstances.
It depends on who you ask. Some people hate Ramatra. People think Ramatra's boring shit tank whenever he's meta.
And you really can't hard counter Ramatra, right? Mauga.
Yeah, you can. Ana. Or if you're playing like Brawl v Brawl and you do like actually want to just shut their Mauga off the entire time. Sojourn, May.
On the other hand, is absolutely terrible in terms of this 5v5 tank flaw, right?
Tracer.
He is almost too good in certain situations, to the point where you need to swap when playing against him. But it's also super easy to shut him down the moment he can't do the thing that he's good at anymore, which is pretty much just shredding tanks and close targets. The fact that I will start on Winston on Watchpoint Gibraltar, see the other team is playing Mauga, and then go back to spawn and go D.Va is just sad.
Yeah, it's just kind of how it is now, though. You know, like, yeah, you can make the Winston work, but it's 10 times harder, and it's like, I don't think that's something people understand, because they'll see, like, pro play, or they'll see, like, scrim play, and they'll be like, well, they don't really swap that often. It's like, yeah, because they're already practiced on that hero, and there's, like, other things they take into account, but in ranked play, it's a bajillion times easier to just swap the hero, and you automatically have an advantage. Like, you don't even have to play that well. You just get an advantage.
It's one thing to have heroes that counterplay, like Brig, for example.
Mauga just has bad design. That has nothing to do with 5v5, though.
Actually,
Mauga
right?
design just sucks.
But it's another thing to have Mauga that can just completely prevent you from playing the video game, right? And it's just, it doesn't make sense for you to play Winston anymore.
Why
just
didn't they
go
go
something else, especially once you're playing.
I'm not gonna lie, this clip on the bottom is bothering me.
That can just completely.
You see the Curie. She can't TP away
from playing the video game, right? And it's just, it doesn't make sense for you to play Winston.
The chain's still there. You saw it, right? Hey, look to the left, dude. No way to look at the gameplay on the bottom. Hey, look to the left,
why would I put myself at that kind of a disadvantage, right? You know, obviously I can still beat a Mauga if I'm playing Winston and Plat, but you put me in GM, there's no reason to put myself at that disadvantage, right?
That's a fair
I know
point.
a lot of players aren't going to like my solution, but I honestly think it's the best solution. And
smile more. You're cute when you smile. Creepy old guy at the restaurant vibes.
That's that we need to make
I shut the
more similar to each other and reduce the amount of extreme strengths.
I literally have a command for that. Jesus Christ.
That design philosophy would reduce the prevalence of counterpicking and would generally improve the game experience.
I don't think it would,
especially for your average player.
I'll be honest with you. I appreciate the sentiment. I think they're trying to cook here, and I appreciate them trying to cook because they have a good point. But that wouldn't solve it. Genuinely, I don't think it's solvable. I genuinely, I don't think it is, because the way rock paper scissors kind of works with it is like there's just going to be tanks that are better against other tanks, because that's just the way it's always been, you know. And when there's only one, you just focus on the one. And hell, we even watched J3's community clash last night. Team that won actually made really good adjustments when they were like losing first fights and they were losing. Basically what they figured out was like, oh, their Junker Queen's super aggressive, like let's just all in their Junker Queen, blow her up every fight. And they did, and they just started winning. It was crazy. Okay, next. These are never good.
What's an opinion that you have that you know for a fact people are going to give you
These are never good.
crap for?
Oh, I got a few opinions right here that you either agree or disagree with.
That's
Overwatch edition.
typically.
So you sit back and, well, watch the video. First of all, a battle between Reinhardt and Ramatra in lore, not gameplay-wise, in lore, would eventually cause an entire city to crumble into dust, but Ramatra would still come out of top in the end. And I love Reinhardt more than Ramatra. Being damage boosted 24/7 every single day by a Mercy pocket doesn't mean you're good at the game. You just need to be babysat by a Mercy player. Pharah is definitely the most overrated character in their game, in my opinion, when it comes to just straight up spamming space button and then flying into infinity. And that's coming from a once Soldier 76 and Cassidy main. And a little extra bonus, nerf the Doomfist, and then while we're at it, nerf Genji as well.
I can't tell if this is just top tier bait. I'm gonna go with this is top tier bait because the glasses got put on. The glasses tell me that was bait. I'm gonna let you have that one.
Chad, do you think we can get them? These are top 500 players. Do you think we can fool them?
What?
Yeah. What? Aren't top 500 players supposed to be like the smartest players?
No, they're dumb as rocks.
Have you guys? Oh, quick! Have you guys seen the new Christmas stuff in the thing over here? Hold on. Go! There's new Christmas stuff in there. Go! Quick! It's in there. Go!
Dude, you are such a fucking bitch.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Chad.
That was actually pretty good. I mean, they're gullible as shit. They're not very smart. I'm telling you, they're not very smart. I'll tell you that from experience. Oh man, every May player. You know what, dude? I wish I had May players that were like that. The May players I get just try to wall me into spawn and type all game. It's boring. All right, let's go.
Which role has the worst players by rank? This
is super. Oh, hang on. Wait, by rank.
is simply my opinion and for entertainment purposes only, so if you disagree respectfully, let me know in the comments. Starting with bronze, I'm gonna have to go with DPS. And it's not even really their fault, it's just no one can really aim in bronze, and when your entire role is about aiming, you kinda just get the short end of the stick there, so.
I'm not really sure what the point. I mean, I guess it's just probably just for fun video, but I mean, yeah, it's probably gonna be like DPS, and then like, actually, you know, I was gonna say it's probably gonna be DPS to like gold, but you know what? Maybe it's not. I'd actually probably argue it's probably like DPS, and then tank, DPS, support, tank, support. So that was okay. If you didn't realize, I was going from bronze to top 500 there. So like, bronze was the DPS, silver was, what did I say? Tank. Gold was DPS, plat was support, diamond was support, gold masters was tank, GM was support, top 500 was support.
So, sorry DPS bronze players. For silver, I'm gonna have to say tank. Silver is where the crying for heals really starts to kick in, and tanks just do that all the time in this rank. And I know for a fact you are not playing in line of sight of your supports. For gold, again, it's tank, and this time it isn't exactly their fault. In gold, every other role just gets such easy value. DPS go Bastion Junkrat, supports go Mercy Moira.
I was gonna say DPS or tank, but
just isn't so cut and dry with easy value, unless you buy this season's battle pass. And for platinum, we've all been waiting for it, it's supports. Plat is where DPS finally learn how to aim, tanks finally learn how to play cover a few times, but support players just stick to their guns of Mercy Moira. They refuse to swap the entire time because they have so much healing, so they can't possibly be the problem.
That's
so
kind of true, actually.
DPS diff
that was my logic when I was making it in my head. Now I kind of wish there was a part 2. I'm sure there's gonna be a part 2 at some point. It might be in here. Try explaining this to someone who's never played Overwatch. Oh no.
What is going on? What's happening right now? Oh my god, we won?
My reaction every game, genuinely. Oh my god, we won. You know, a lot of people, if people cite leaving 5 or 66 and going to 5v5, it's like, oh, there's so much less clutter on the screen. Really? Now there's forests and we play Fortnite. Okay, next.
Mercy spots you should know. With
wait.
Oasis City.
Wait, I clicked on the wrong one. Okay, hold up. Hey, up. There we go.
Mercy spots you should know. With Oasis City Centre, if you're on this high ground and need to fall back safely, you can jump over this roof. On Oasis Gardens, you can fall back from the objective by going around the back like this. With Esperanza, if you're on this bus, you can walk onto this thing and jump to get onto the porch without needing Guardian Angel.
Wait, does that work with other heroes too?
Jump to get onto the porch without needing Guardian Angel.
What? That's awesome.
With Route 66, the signposts don't block line of sight, so you can heal people through it indefinitely and also res as well. Also on the last point, you can super jump.
You didn't know that? I don't really play up there very often.
And beam allies below if they're close enough. With Paraiso, you can use Angelic Descent from here to fall back to this area.
Oh, that's
Other
sneaky.
Heroes like Farah can also make use of the reverse of this. On Colosseo, you can fall back to the middle from the bridge with Angelic Descent. With Numbani, if you can get some height, you can fall back from the capture point by going around the back like this. You can make it without the extra height, but it's a bit inconsistent. On the Zhang Tower Gardens, you can use Angelic Descent to get across
That one's
this
spooky.
gap. However, if you're doing it from this side, you should jump from this elevated grass, because otherwise you might not make it.
Yeah, that last one, that one's spooky. I don't know if I would do that one.